I believe that education equality is possible for people of all backgrounds, races, and classes. My freshman year of college, I volunteered in a fourth grade classroom at what would be considered a low-income elementary school. From there, I worked on education policy at the state level in the Missouri House of Representatives and the national level in the United States House of Representatives. However, I never experienced education inequality as sharply as I did when I was volunteering with English language learner students at Russell Elementary School here in Columbia. My students, most of whom were refugees, did not speak English as their first language. Some did not speak English at all. Most of my students were native Spanish speakers and were struggling in their classes due to the language barrier. There was only one ELL teacher present at the elementary school, and the kids were pulled out of class to work on their English. I watched my kids struggle in school not because they weren't smart enough to get the lessons, but because they spoke a different language than their teachers and peers. With limited resources and few bilingual teachers, these children were suffering from a subpar education because we're not providing appropriate resources to ensure these children succeed. And it's not just ELL students that get left behind. Other racial minorities, students born in certain regions of the country, and students from low-income families are being shorted of educational opportunities available to their white, wealthier peers. For example, 1 in 3 low-income students will not graduate high school. Of those who do, only 18% will enter a four-year college, and only 9% of low-income students will graduate college by the time they are 25. These aren't just numbers, these are our children and our students. There's no doubting the enormity of the education gap, but I believe closing the gap is achievable. Through expanding and dedicating more resources to schools in low-income districts, we can start to provide more attention and opportunities to our students who need it the most. By embracing the diversity of our students through expanded ELL programs, multicultural classrooms, and language immersion programs, we can begin to build self-confidence in our wonderfully diverse array of students and build a society that values the cultures and languages of others. By providing free college prep, more application waivers, and growing our affirmative action policy, we can give all students the opportunity to pursue higher education. Most of all, we as a community have to have 2 feet in. By this I mean we have to send our children to the same schools no matter their race or class. Instead of telling our young people to go to college, leave struggling neighborhoods, and never come back, we have to encourage them to return and continue to build their community for the better. We have to expand our education policies to benefit every child, not just the privileged ones. We have to care about the education of every child like they were our own. In summer 2017, I'll be joining Teach for America as a core member and will be teaching school in Jacksonville, Florida at a Title I school. I'm choosing to have 2 feet in. I'm choosing to fight to close the education gap because I believe it is possible. I challenge you to do the same.